Hi everyone, I didn't do my John Maxwell today because I went to church and came home and I've just been doing other things, but I'll start it again tomorrow. I think for me, Easter has just been about Thanksgiving and being happy that I'm in Canada, because I didn't know that I had high blood pressure, and not just high blood pressure, but stage 2 hypertension. And when I went to the clinic, as part of their routine, they took my high blood pressure because they took my blood pressure because it was the first visit, and they said to me, your blood pressure is too high. And I thought, you know what, it must be just because it's my first visit, I'm anxious, I must be just nervous. And then the doctor took it again and he said to me, it's still too high. So he had me measure it at home over a period of a week, and he gave me the medication, and thanks to that now it's come down. It went down to hypertension 1, and now with the medication it's at normal. I'm sure it will fall into place and things will be fine once I get back into a full-time job. But for me it is a testimony, because really I could have had a heart attack and died and I wouldn't have known, nobody would have known. I was having very heavy nosebleeds when I was working at Teleperformance because of all the pressure, and that's also a symptom of high blood pressure. But at the time, I didn't know it. I thought, when I talked to my doctor, I thought it was just because of the air. And I told him, I said, it's strange because I don't get nosebleeds like that normally. And I've been in Canada a long time. Normally, if it affects you, it affects you from the time you come, because what happens is that inside our air is dry and outside it's moist because we heat the buildings in Canada. But I always have a small humidifier on as well. And the doctor said, I don't think you should worry. I think it's just something that happens to millions of people and you get those heavy nosebleeds. But for me, the one time it went on for almost an hour, and I had to go in and out of the calls, and eventually it stopped. So thank God we caught it. And, I did my part. I took my blood pressure at home, and I am doing my part. I'm taking my medication. But it's just, for me, it's a miracle, and I'm grateful to God. God saved my life, and also my doctors. And I'm in the medicine field as well as an aromatherapist, and I use that holistic medicine practice. So for me, I just give thanks to God for that, and that God saved my life. There must be more that He wants me to do, because it was so high that really and truly I could have been admitted to the hospital then and there. That's how high it was. It was going off the chart of what you even consider to be stage 2 hypertension. It was at the level where they have to actually take you and cool your body down. So anyway, I'm using my essential oils, and I don't mix with people anyway over Easter and holidays and things, because I have a very high sense of decorum, and I just can't be bothered to educate people on decorum. So I stay at home and I enjoy it better that way. And I just want to say thank you for praying for me, whoever's following me and who's been praying for me, of my followers, the Maxwell team, the people at my church. And all the ladies said to me, you cut your hair so short. I said, yeah, I did. They're like, don't cut it that short again. I said, no, I won't, but I've got some bald patches and things. So they told me, eat pumpkin seeds, that usually helps. But I also don't like it. I hate short hair. I've never liked short hair. I always like my hair long. And all my hairdressers also don't like short hair on me. They're like, you've got beautiful, long, thick hair, and you should enjoy it. So when I grow it out, I'll make sure that I grow it out. But it's too much stress. It's too much financial stress, not having work, always being in and out of jobs, being pushed from one contract to another, having people following me, having even stupid people, air hostesses, telling all the passengers on the flight, oh, Eddie likes her. Would any woman like that? No, they wouldn't. It's harassment. So I'm hoping that this year is going to bring for me blessings, financial blessings, the opportunity to buy and own my own property, and to be free of this financial pressure, because it takes a toll on you. And I've been eating right, I've been exercising, so, it's just that call center work is sedentary work. So I was exercising over the summer, I was swimming every day, I was walking, and even with all that, I put on weight. So part of it is pressure, and it's being under too much pressure. So I just wanted to leave you with that testimony of how God continues to work in my life and save my life, and even my faith, because when you have too much come against you like that, it's easy to lose your faith. It's easy to turn away from the faith. And I go through my own struggles, my own challenges, but I pray to Jesus and I ask him to keep me close to him and not to let Satan take me away from him. And that's my testimony. A new doctor actually helped me to save my life, and my blood pressure with the medication is now back to normal, and I'm grateful for that. I couldn't have asked for better, and I'm grateful to the doctors for what they do for me. Of course, it's not my wish to be on medication, but once I get my job, I'm sure everything will stabilize. So that's my prayer, to get a good paying job, to buy my own property, not to continue renting, and to be able to travel. And God does help me to make my dreams come true. I've always been a dreamer. I've gotten to see some amazing tennis players, some good live theater and live concerts. Even if it didn't happen immediately, it did happen for me. And I'm grateful for my life, and I'm grateful that God has given me the opportunity to have a good team of doctors who don't force me to do things, but who also know that I have a medical background and I can also make good decisions for my health. So keep praying, keep smiling, and keep the faith. Stay calm, as they say in South Africa.